What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking into the channel, man. Mindset for Beginners. I just wanted to do a quick video on the topic of self-discipline and how it relates to mindset. Before I get started, though, please do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. So, we'll go ahead and dive into the video, man. I only got a few minutes. But, yeah, I wanted to touch on this subject, self-discipline, and how it relates to mindset, because I feel like self-discipline is one of the main aspects of, developing our mindset, to a higher level. And I got 3 points I want to touch on that I feel that's most important that we got to target when it comes to self-discipline. And one thing we got to realize, man, is that if we don't have this sense of self-discipline, and if we're not working towards this self-discipline in different areas of our lives, we can get lost in who we are. We can lose ourselves and get to just being conditioned by society and conditioned by the people around us in life situations. And, we don't want that when we're trying to develop, into our best self. So the first point I want to touch on is gaining a sense of self-discipline when it comes to your finances. You know what I mean? Because we have to have that mindset, man, where we have a goal for our finances, and we can control our finances. We can control our impulsive spending, and keep us out of unnecessary situations and spending money on liabilities, instead of assets, because liabilities, they don't do nothing but take from us. That's not developing a growth mindset when we got stuff that's taken from us and not adding to us. So basically, the main point is to have some control over our spending habits. Stop following trends and trying to keep up with the Joneses, and have a financial plan, have a financial goal, and stay focused, man. And the second point I want to touch on is having some self-discipline in our sexual desires. Now, this point might touch more on the men that's listening in on this, because society has trained us to believe that sex is the ultimate goal. In which, my opinion, it's not. And it has to be controlled. It has to be controlled, because if you're not having any self-discipline when it comes to your sexual desires, you end up getting with people and getting in relationships with people that aren't actually healthy for you, and then they could end up taking from you. They can end up taking from your growth process. They can cause you to lose focus. It's easy to lose focus when you get caught up with the wrong person. So having a sense of self-discipline when it comes to your sexual desires, and not only that, but having discipline over your sexual desires gives you a great sense of power. It gives you a great sense of power. If you can get control over it and refrain from it for periods of time, it'll train your mind into achieving higher goals. It'll train your mind into being focused on things that are actually more better for your growth. And the third point I want to touch on when it comes to self-discipline is controlling how we feel about situations. Controlling our feelings and our emotions in situations that don't require our all of our attention. A lot of times we get caught up in situations, and these situations might stress us out for weeks, months, even years at a time. And we all know that stressful situations can drive us into depressed states. It can not only harm us mentally, but it can harm us physically. The body isn't built to absorb all that stress for long periods of time. That's why you see in the animal nature. When a deer or something is getting chased by a lion, or when they're out grazing by the water and they're threatened by the alligators, they're not stressed for long periods of time. They'll go into their survival mode, and they'll run or do whatever you got to do. But as soon as they feel that it's safe again, they're going back to grazing and eating and doing what they got to do. They don't have those long periods of stress time. And and we're similar, man. Our bodies aren't meant for those long periods of stress time. It takes away from us physically. It takes away from our focus. You can't focus and be creative when you're in survival mode. So yeah, man, those are my 3 tips. My 3 points I wanted to touch on. I just want to touch on it real quick. I've been wanting to do this video for a minute. So I appreciate y'all for checking in with the channel. Like I said, do me a favor, go hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. All right, peace. See y'all in the next video.